Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. This story about fraudulent cancer charities came out in the middle of May, but in listening to talk radio and watching the news, I've seen it brought up a lot since. And a lot of people are upset about this, but what we're not realizing as a society is that this headline is meant to make people think that fraudulent cancer charities will be held accountable, which is not the case because all of these charities are frauds. They're all deceiving us and they're stealing our wealth in the ways of other such hoaxes have been revealed on this video blog and elsewhere, from earthquakes to other illnesses. Think about last summer's craze over the ice bucket challenge in ALS. I decoded that, completely full of these Masonic numbers, which we're going to find here in cancer. Introductory video. What I'm about to explain is very important, but if you don't know what I'm talking about, it might seem all nonsensical. If you go to my main page, I have an introductory video. Watch that, then come back to this. I'm teaching skills that everybody can use and apply and better understand this world. So notice here in this headline, government says 4 cancer charities are shams. This use of the word shams is not a coincidence. Shams has a Pythagorean gematria of 15 in the year 2015, and with S exceptions, 33. Very Masonic number, one we're going to talk about a lot here. There's the math with S exceptions. The S has become 10 instead of 1. If you haven't heard me say this before, Truth Seeker, the word kill has a simple English gematria of 44, just like the word cancer, 44. Kill and cancer. I learned this when I was first getting into this, watching the movie A Haunting in Connecticut. As the boy in the movie who has cancer is about to get in the chemotherapy machine, there's a giant 44 painted on the side. And later in the movie, it's revealed that the haunted house that the movie's centered around, the address is 44. The kill number, the cancer number. The word medicine with Pythagorean gematria is 44. MD, the abbreviation, breaks down to 4 and 4. So much 44 in medicine, doctors, and preventable disease and illness, Truth Seeker. Shows you how the game is rigged. You know, I think a lot of us could see that the cancer game was rigged without gematria, but gematria is just the further proof behind what's really going on in this world. Since I was a little boy, I've speculated that they've known how to solve cancer. Look at the crazy technology we have in this world, and even look at how much it's advanced in the last 20 years. But cancer, despite raising all this money year in and year out, little advancement. Little advancement. So, with regards to big charities for cancer that are frauds, Susan G. Komen for the Cure is the biggest, and they weren't held accountable. How often have you seen this ribbon, Truth Seeker? Think of all the companies that sponsor this. The NFL sponsors this. I think all the sports leagues sponsor this now. International campaign raises so much money and is a complete Freemason fraud. Susan G. Komen for the Cure in Pythagorean gematria sums to 96, just like Freemason. Just like the word knowledge, just like the religion Satanism, and we'll get more into that. It has more connections to this charity. This year is the 33-year anniversary of the charity, 2015. It began in 82. The word ribbon, Truth Seeker, has a Pythagorean gematria of 33. And think about where you see ribbons. Support the troops, cancer, always raising money for something. And almost all those things that money is raised for doesn't go to the people it's intended to help, whether they be cancer patients or troops. It's a nation of people getting deceived by sick people, having their goodwill as human beings taken advantage of. And that wealth is used to keep us, enslave us, and propel them. That's why we have to wake up to this and what is being done. Check this out. Susan Goodman was born in 43. She contracted cancer at the age of 33. In the year 76, the year Ebola was discovered. We talked a lot about that with Ebola. Ebola was all full of 33. Just like the AIDS story. All this stuff is by the numbers. It's all ran by the same gang of Freemason madmen. Notice she died 3 years later at the age of 36. 36 is special because if you sum 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 all the way up to 36, it sums to 666. 666. Again, the Freemasons worship Satan. Her name's Susan Goodman Komen, sums to 66, another number of great importance, which we find coded oh so often, directly connected to 33. Susan in simple English gematria sums to 74, like the word Masonic, like the name Jesus, like the word cross, like the name Muhammad, like the name Messiah, like the word pinnacle. I call it the number of the martyr. So perfect for a cancer cause, because we're all being martyred by preventable disease and illness so that a rich gang of elitists can stay where they are while squandering our lives. So her sister is now in charge of the charity, Nancy Brinker. Nancy Brinker, the name, sums to 62, like the word Mason. Her middle name is Nancy Goodman Brinker, a 33 name. What's interesting is that out of the 4 people who are in charge of the charity, Nancy Goodman Brinker, Alexine Clement Jackson, Liz Thompson, and Eric Weiner, 3 out of 4 of them have connections to the number 59. And in Jewish gematria, kill equals 59. In simple English, it's 44. In Jewish gematria, it's 59. Remember, there's these different forms of gematria. And 3 of the 4 people have a connection to that number 59. 95 is the reverse of 59. The head doctor, Eric Weiner, also has a 33 last name. What do you know? Makes you wonder about these people. When you do his full name, Dr. Eric P. Whoops, there's not supposed to be a D there. That's a typo. Dr. Eric P. Weiner, it sums to 79. Like murder. And that's really what this is. Calculated murder for us all, you know? Let's keep moving on. Susan G. Komen, I just wanted to see her YouTube account. You can go verify this right now. You're going to see the exact same thing as me. Type it in. This is what's going to pop up. Right here, we have a strong, in quotes, music video. That word strong is something we see a lot in Masonic events. It's because it has a gematria of 93, the number of Saturn, the number of Thelema, the number of do what thou wilt. This number is also connected to Cancer. We'll talk more about that. And also, we have this 33-second video from Diva Layla of the WWE talking up the charity. I mean, doesn't that seem like an odd celebrity to have for your front page? Someone from the WWE? Why? Diva Layla, anyway, is someone with a name gematria of 33, just like the length of the video, just like the age Susan G. Komen got cancer at. This very Masonic number. Scottish Rite Freemasonry has a highest degree of 33. And notice how this strong video, remember strong equals 93, has 9,333 views supposedly. I think most of YouTube's view counts are completely fake. With regards to 44 in Cancer, I just did a big video post on Beau Biden and his death. He was the 44th Attorney General of Delaware. Once upon a time, FDR was the 44th Governor of New York. The first president to die in office died April 4th, 4-4. That was William Henry Harrison. Martin Luther King Jr. died on April 4th. Remember, it equals kill. Obama is the 44th president, and he reopened Ford's Theater after it was closed in the wake of MLK's assassination, and that theater hadn't been reopened until 1968, the year MLK got assassinated. It was closed since the assassination of Lincoln. Think about that. Think about Obama's connections to Martin Luther King and Lincoln, and how that theater is connected to all 3 men. With regards to 93, Beau Biden had a life number of 93, also of 74, the numbers we're talking about here. Reportedly died of brain cancer. Both the words brain and cancer have gematria of 44, simple English. Alan Nunnally died earlier this year, supposedly from brain cancer. We'll get into that. On the topic of 93 and cancer, here's Fred Hutchinson, a major cancer research institute here in Seattle where I live. The name Fred Hutchinson is an interesting name in itself. Fred Hutch, which it goes by, has a gematria of 93. With Fred Hutchinson, his name, 33, Fred name, Hutchinson's 131, which connects directly to the ALS and other illness hoaxes that I've talked about. All these numbers intertwine. The more you study this and look at it, the more you see just how deep and repetitive the pattern is, which is what I've been revealing on my video blog. The people who come here and watch one of my videos and say I'm nuts are dismissing something that is way beyond coincidence. I mean, anyone who takes the time to go through this work will realize it is pretty much undeniable. Fred Hutchinson, it was named after a baseball player, just like Lou Gehrig's disease. Lou Gehrig's disease, again, was connected to ALS, the Ice Bucket Challenge this past summer. And all the numbers in this story of Fred Hutchinson are just like the numbers in Lou Gehrig. Spooky stuff. With regards to 33 and cancer, we got this story out of Connecticut earlier this year. Beau Biden died at 46. Connecticut equals 46. Alan Nunnally, the politician who also died from brain cancer, equals 46. Here's a story of a Connecticut 17-year-old who was forced to undergo nearly 6 months of chemotherapy. Her name is Cassandra C., or CC. CC33 in Connecticut, 46 land, which has become important. Just another random headline from this past, or recently, Oliver Sacks announces that he has incurable cancer. Of course, Oliver Sacks has the gematria of 44, matching cancer. Incurable has a gematria of 40, so incurable cancer, Pythagorean gematria. Forms an interesting combination, 84. Here was another story from February of this year. Beloved Mexican soap actress Lorena Rojas dies after battle with cancer, and she died just days after turning 44. Her name gematria, interesting, 47, number we see coded a lot. She died on a date with 27 numerology, fateful number in tragedies, and again at the age of 44, just days after turning. As for the 33 connection, she was Mexican. Both the words Mexican and Canadian sum to 33. 33. The Mexican-American War ended on the 33rd day of the year, February 2nd. Why is this so? It's because the world we're living in is a Freemason creation. These are the mad people who came over here and killed all the Native American people. And then brought us up. The population that's almost as mad as them. That's why all the sheeple defend them so well. They are as mad as them. Alan Nunnally, politician who died earlier this year of brain cancer, just like Beau Biden, just out of nowhere. He had name gematria of 46. Beau Biden died at age 46. Connecticut equals 46. Alan Nunnally has the life numbers of 33. The reason I do all this stuff, True Seeker, is to document how all these people reported have these same numbers on them. Shows me it's a gang or a bunch of fake aliases, fake names, fake birthdays, something of the sort. It really doesn't matter. What I'm trying to show people is that the world is rigged. There is a real conspiracy being waged against us, and we need to wake the fuck up. I mean, that's my real message. Who cares about the numbers? My real message is wake up. The game is rigged. I've seen that since I was a little kid. I didn't see the numbers until I was 30 years old. But now with the numbers, I can be more persuasive. Instead of just being able to tell people the news is obviously fake and you should be able to see it with your own eyes, I can even show the coded numbers behind it and behind all these charities Should be obvious to us all that we're getting screwed with cancer. How many people know someone who's died with cancer? Almost everyone. And it's probably completely preventable. There's a movie out there called Brzezinski about a doctor down in Texas who's been doing his thing since '83, the year I was born. He cures cancer supposedly in just weeks with a very simple formula, but the FDA has done all they could to shut him down and keep him minimized. If you haven't seen that movie, Brzezinski, look it up. It's free on YouTube. The best part of the movie is when all of his customers are supposedly going before Congress and testifying about how good his medicine is, but he's being denied. Brzezinski, check it out. One more point on this Alan Nunnally. Look at this. I just want to read this to you. After first arriving in Congress, Nunnally drew a decidedly unlucky number in the lottery for House Office Suite number 84 out of 85. It's supposedly unlucky. Why is that curious? Obama is the 44th president. His name, Obama, in Jewish gematria equals 84. And the name, his birthday is 8/4, August 4th. Also, United States of America equals 84 in Pythagorean gematria. Think about the George Orwell book, 1984. If you've never read that, turn off YouTube and go read. That book is a real eye-opener. Oh yeah, I also in this post pointed out that James Brady, the man who supposedly saved Reagan from a bullet, died on 8/4 this past year on Obama's birthday. Once upon a time, the United States flag fell from the rafters August 4th, 2012, when the Williams sister was getting the gold medal. And speaking of falling, look at this recent headline, May 29th, about hope. Notice how they put the parentheses around hope poster creator says he's run out of hope for Obama. Remember, Obama's the 44th president. The word hope has a gematria of 44. And way before I knew about gematria and numerology, I knew that Obama was a president here to create a generation of cynics and forward on the agenda that was already going on under a whole bunch of, glossy rhetoric that somehow everybody was falling for. So 44th president ran on hope. This guy who made the poster saying he ran out of hope, his name's Shepard, which has a gematria of 44. What do you know? Shepard Fairey. And he is famous for making the obey poster. Remember, obey equals 47, just like authority, just like judge, just like gavel, just like president. Think about our nation's birthday, Truth Seeker, the 4th day of the 7th month. These numbers, they're just coded over and over and over and everywhere. So from hope to cancer, Truth Seeker, it's all part of a deception meant to keep us on a conveyor belt. Truth Seeker, if you really want to stop yourself from getting cancer, what you need to do is start eating better. Start exercising more. If you deal with excess stress, you need to figure out how to deal with that stress. We're killing ourselves. Our nation subsidizes corn and sugar more than any other food. Why? Because that food is cheap, it tastes good to us, and it kills us. So that they can make the money off us, treating us for illness that could have been prevented in the first place. We live in a big Ponzi scheme. Truth Seeker, think deeply. If you lived in a world where you didn't have government over you and you lived in community and money wasn't such a thing, what you would do is you would wake up in the morning and you would make sure you had food. You would make sure you had shelter. You would make sure the people in your community were okay. And once all those things were done, you might have time for leisure, fun, games, music, lovemaking. That's the way the world used to be. But now we live in a madhouse ran by deceptive people who give us slogans and steal our money, smiling at us while destroying us systematically. That's what Susan G. Komen for the Cure is part of. That's what people who run around with these ribbons on their cars are part of. If you're not awake to what's being done, you become a part of it. That's why you have to be awake. That's why we have to speak out more. The people who laugh at us and say we're crazy, we have to wake them up. They can be woken. I know this. All right, Truth Seeker. Till next time.